Good morning, children. I am very glad to invite you science class. You all are promoted to 8th standard. For this year's science, I am going to handle. My name is Sudha. For 8th standard science, you have a term-wise syllabus. In this term-wise, the first term I am going to teach now. Welcome to 8th standard science class. In this year, you have 3 terms. The first term, you have 9 lessons. The lessons are given here: measurement, forces and pressure, light, matter, changes around us, microorganisms, plant kingdom, organization of life, introduction to the information age. Our first lesson is measurement. It is a physics lesson. Here we are going to discuss about some of the measuring instruments, how it is working. Here in this picture you have some of the instruments. The first one is vernier caliper, second one is analog clock, third one is digital clock, and then fourth one is thermometer. Then we are going to discuss some more instrument, how we are going to measure, what are the units we are going to measure, standard units as well as fundamental units we are going to discuss in this lesson. First we can see the introduction of this lesson. Physics is the study of nature and natural phenomenon. So we have 3 branches in science: physics, chemistry and biology. This lesson comes under physics. In physics, we are going to study nature and natural phenomena. For example, nature means in nature every day we have a light, heat from the sun, like that. Those quantities and all, how we are going to measure. For that only we need a measurements. Physics is considered as the base of all science subjects. Physics is based on experimental observation. So whatever the thing we are going to study in the physics, all those things are experimented by the scientist. Then only we are having a proof. The principles and observations allow us to develop a deeper understanding of nature. So once the experimental is over, based on that the scientists are giving some of the observation, what they observe in that experiment. So through that experiment we came to know so what is happening in the nature. So based on that we have a derivations. Scientific theories are valid only if they are confirmed through various experiments. Yes, through the experiment only we can conclude that natural phenomenon. Theories in physics use many physical quantities that are to be measured. Physical quantities only we can measure. Measurement is the base of all scientific studies and experimentations. It plays a vital role in our daily life. Yes, everyday life we are using some measures. For example, every day we are seeing the time, and then we are cooking a food, it needs some temperature, as well as drying clothes. So many day-to-day activities we need some of the physical quantities, as well as the weight. So weight is also physical quantity. Height, the length of the room, so all those things comes under physical quantities. Measurement is the process of finding an unknown physical quantity by using a standard quantity. Yes, for example, we need to measure our height. So we doesn't know our height. With the help of the meter scale or centimeter scale, we can measure our height. Then only we can know the height of us. This is the thing they are saying. The unknown physical quantity we can measure with the help of the standard quantity. So meter is a standard quantity. Meter scale is a standard quantity here to measure our height, as well as the weight also we can measure with the help of the weighing scale. For measuring, we need three things for a perfect measurements. What are they? An instrument. Instrument means, for example, you are going to measure your weight. So weight scale is needed. Then standard quantity. What is a standard quantity? Either it may be a kilogram, centimeter, liter, kilometer, like that. An acceptable unit. For example, if it is a short distance, you can use centimeter, and then moderate means meter. If it is a long distance means we can use kilometer. So acceptable unit also we need. So instrument, standard quantity, and acceptable quantity. These three things we need to measure a perfect measurement. Next, we are going to see system of units. So what are all the systems we have for measuring the quantities? People in various parts of the world are using different system of units. Yes, even we too, depends upon the different parts of the world, we are using a different units for our convenience of measuring. Some common system of units are, first one, FPS. F means foot for length. So how many foot we are walking through the floor. Pound for mass. It's a small unit. So what is a pound of the given object? And second for time. The smallest unit to measure a time is second. Next, CGS system. C, centimeter for length. We know centimeter is the smallest unit. Then gram for mass. Gram is also smallest unit for measuring weight. And here also second for time. Obviously we know second is the smallest unit to measure a time. Next, MKS, meter for length. So here they are measuring a great distance. So they are using meter. Kilogram for mass. So kilogram is the greatest unit to measure a weight. And then seconds for time. So all the three system, no change in measuring of time. Second only the unit to measure a time. In FBS, the smallest unit to measure a length foot. In CGS, centimeter, centimeter is somehow it is bigger than foot. And then meter, meter is the standard unit for measuring length. Next, for mass, pound. Pound is very smallest unit to measure a weight. Gram. Gram somehow it's higher than the pound. And the last unit, the highest unit is kilogram. So, and the time being in the world, the changes are taking place to measuring the physical quantities. Now we are using MKS. It is a standard unit for measuring a length, kilogram as well as time. The CGS, MKS or SI units are metric system. Actually, it is a standard unit worldwide they are using. But in the case of FBS, is not a metric system. It is a British system of units. Yes. For regularly, no, we are also using for measuring some of the floor through our legs. We are finding out, and then no, for a garlands, flower garlands, we are using our hands to measure. Like that, it is not a acceptable unit on the worldwide. It is a general use for the British system. Next, to avoid these confusions, scientists decided to give an international system. International means and the worldwide acceptable unit. For example, when we are buying things in our Tamil Nadu, so we are using some other term, but they may not know, the other part of the world people, they may not know. For that, avoid these confusions, scientists has decided all around the world, they need to follow one system. So that system is international system of unit. The scientists recognize the need of using standard units for physical quantities. So to avoid the confusion for buying things on the worldwide, so they are using these standard units. That was called International System of Units and is popularly known as SI system. So international system is known as SI system. This abbreviated form. The scientists choose 7 physical quantities as base quantities and defined as a standard unit to measure each one. So they decided 7 physical quantities as base quantities. Based on that, we have a standard units. Here We have a sum of the base unit chosen by the scientist. They are length. For length, the unit is meter. The basic unit of length is meter. Mass. Mass is weight. Its basic unit is kilogram. So for that, we have a symbol also. For meter to represent small m, kilogram, kg. Time, second is the smallest unit. So small s we are using. Temperature, Kelvin. So capital K we are using for a symbol. Kelvin. The temperature was first found out by the scientist Kelvin, so that we need to give honor for the scientist. So his name has been used for a unit. So the first letter K has been used for a symbol for temperature. Electric current, ampere. This is also one scientist name. Capital A is represent for a current symbol. Next, amount of substance. Substance means if we are taking any rice or else any sugar, salt like that, that is amount of substance. Its unit is mole. Mole was represented by a symbol mole, M-O-L, small M-O-L. Next, luminous intensity. Luminous means it's nothing but of scattering of light. For example, the natural luminous intensity giving out things is sun, as well as moon also giving a light. So this luminous intensity was calculated by the unit candela. So candela was represented by the symbol small cd. So these are the basic units scientist was chosen to find out the fundamental units in our day-to-day life usages. Our first topic is temperature. So how will you find out temperature? Either it may be a cold or else hot. So when it was a cold, we can feel chillness. It was a hot, we can have a burn in our hands. So temperature is a physical quantity that expresses the degree of hotness or coldness of a substance. If it is a normal substance, we cannot feel any cold or heat. Heat given out to a substance will increase its temperature. Yes, when the temperature was increases as well as decreases, we can feel the temperature difference. Heat removed from a substance will lower its temperature. Yes, when we reduce the temperature becomes very low, then it was converted into cold item. So based on the temperature difference, we can feel the cold and hot. Definition for the temperature. Temperature is the measure of the average kinetic energy of the particles in a system. Kinetic energy. What is mean by kinetic energy? When we give the temperature, the inside molecule present in it, whatever the matter, either it may be a solid, liquid or gases. So the molecule inside present is moving. That one we are saying as a kinetic energy. The SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. We already saw in the tabular column, the unit for measuring temperature is Kelvin. Thermometers are used to measure temperature directly. Yes, even when we suffer fever, the doctors are using thermometer to find out a temperature of our body. Like that, when they think we need to find a temperature with the help of thermometers. We have a different types of thermometers. Usually, thermometers are calibrated with some standard scales. Celsius, Fahrenheit, Kelvin are the most commonly used scales to measure a temperature. See, we have a three different types of scales to measure a temperature. Celsius, Fahrenheit, Kelvin. Yes, even for a boiling point of a water, freezing point of water, what we can say 0 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Celsius. Then Fahrenheit. When the astrologers are saying about the climate of our state or else some place, what they are saying, this much degree Fahrenheit. Then the boiling point also we can mention this much Kelvin. So we have a different scales to measure a temperature. In these thermometers, melting point of your ice is 0 degrees Celsius. It is nothing but of when we keep the water to the refrigerator freezer, its melting point. It becomes a solid. The water becomes a ice cube. So in that particular temperature, 0 degrees Celsius only, it is undergoing. It's taken as lower fixed point. So which temperature it is going to change one state to another state, that is a lower temperature. And boiling point. Boiling point means when we are continuously heat the water in a particular temperature, it is boiling. That temperature is 100 degrees Celsius. So after 100 degrees Celsius, it won't boil, it can convert it into water vapor. So from here, liquid state to gaseous state, the water is converting. So we are saying as a upper fixed point. So for a freezing point, we are saying lower fixed point, and then the boiling point we are saying as a upper fixed point. Here we have a various scales to measure temperature. The first one is Celsius. Here lower limit is 0 degrees Celsius and upper limit is 100 degrees Celsius. So the number of divisions in the thermometers 100. Next, Fahrenheit scale. Here the lower fixed point is 32 degree Fahrenheit, and then the upper fixed point is 212 Fahrenheit. So number of divisions, 212 divisions are there. Next, Kelvin scale. In that Kelvin scale, the lower fixed point is 273 Kelvin and upper fixed point is 373 Kelvin. Number of divisions, we have only 100. Conversions of scales of temperatures. Here we have three different types of scales, how to convert, so how to get a same unit of temperature. For example, they are given all the three scales. C minus 0 by 100, it's equal to Fahrenheit minus 32 by 180, and then it's equal to Kelvin minus 273 by 100. If any scale you are using to measure a temperature, you can use this formula to convert any one of the scale. Either it may be a Celsius, Fahrenheit or else Kelvin. In this picture, you have various types of thermometers. First one is Fahrenheit, second is Celsius and Kelvin thermometer. They mark the lower limit as well as the upper limit. So lower limit we are saying a freezing point, then the upper limit we are saying a boiling point. Applications of various temperature scale. Applications means nothing but of uses. Physicians, it's nothing but doctors, use clinical thermometers. It is graduated in Fahrenheit scale. So our body temperature has been measured by using Fahrenheit scale. Scientists are using thermometers with Kelvin scale. So scientists basically they are using Kelvin scale. Common temperature measures are made in Celsius scale. Example weather reports. So weather reports and all made by Celsius scale. Depends upon the place. So what they needed. So they are using the different types of thermometers. Our normal body temperature is 98.4 Fahrenheit and then 98.6 Fahrenheit. So the lower limit will be 98.4 Fahrenheit. The upper limit 98.6 Fahrenheit. Here infrared thermometer. So nowadays you know very well, because this pandemic situation, every day the government people are coming and taking measuring your body temperature. So you know about this infrared thermometer. This infrared thermometer measures the temperature of an object without any physical contact. So those people are measuring us without touching us. Only they are using the infrared present in the thermometer, in that it is showing our body temperature. To avoid a physical contact, they are using this infrared thermometers. Our next topic is electric current. Flow of electric charge in a particular direction is known as electric current. So in our home also, we are having a current connection through the pipes. So in that, with the help of the wire, the current is getting a direction and then whichever place it needs, it is flowing. Likewise, the magnitude of an electric current is the amount of electric charges flowing through a conductor in 1 second. Here conductor is the wires. Wires are conducting a electric charge from one place to another place. So this one was calculated by this formula. Total capitalized of the business is equal to average profit divided by normal rate of run into 100. So here no average profit means how much current is flowing, and then what is the normal rate to flow. So it was multiplied by 100, then we can get a how much current is discharging in the electric circuit. We already know the unit of electric current is ampere. It is denoted by a symbol capital A. SI unit of charge is coulomb. 1 ampere is defined as 1 coulomb of charge. So for example, for a particular second, how much current is flowing through the conductor. So how much energy we are getting. So the flow of current in a particular time when we calculate, we came to know how much current was discharged. So how much current came out. Moving in the conductor in 1 second, ammeter is a device used to measure electric current. Here you have one device in this picture. Through this device, the name is ammeter. In this ammeter is used to find out the current, discharge of current, how much current is passed through the given circuit. Based on that, we can calculate how much current was used by the particular device. Types of conductors. What is mean by conductors? It is nothing but of these conductors, it is gaining a current and then taking from one place to another place. For example, we are using wire at home to conduct electricity from one place to another place. So wires are the conductor. In that wire, we have a copper wires. Copper is very good conductor of electricity. At very low temperature, around 30 Kelvin, the temperature is minus to 43.2 degrees Celsius. See here, Kelvin scale as well as Celsius scale, they are given a readings. Some conductors conduct electric current without any loss. So low temperature also some of the conductors conducting current. These conductors are known as superconductors. So without increasing a temperature, the normal temperature minus degree Celsius, it is conducting a electric current. So we can say this one as a superconductors. It doesn't need any special condition. The superconductors are used to levitate trains from the track. Yes, we have a electric trains. In that electric trains, with the help of a temperature only it is moving, but it is not affecting. Even we human beings are travel through that, but it is not affected by us. So very low temperature we cannot feel it. So we can say it as a superconductors. Superconductors can be used as memory or storage element in the computers. Yes. So these are used as a storage. That means RAM and all we are using for the computer for the memory. So these superconductors only used in that place to retain a memory of a computer. Our next topic is measuring amount of substance. So amount of substance, how can we measure? See, here we are showing some coins. We can count how many number of atoms present in the coins. My answer is definitely not, because it is very difficult. Only we can count how many number of coins are there, but we cannot count in a coin how many number of atoms or molecules are present in it, because it is not visible. Only we can see the coin. Inside the coin also small atoms are present. Through our naked eyes we cannot see. So in this, we need to have an indirect method to count the number of atoms or molecules in a substance in multiples of mole. So the individual atom we cannot see, but multiple number of atoms only we can see through our eyes like things. Here, what is a way to find out? Amount of a substance is directly proportional to the number of atoms or molecules. So how much of substance we are having, it is depends upon the number of atoms or molecule present in the particular object. The SI unit of amount of substance is mole, and it is denoted by as mole. Mole is defined as the amount of substance which contains 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 entities. So for a 1 mole it has been having a 6.023 into 10 to the power of substance. This is called Avogadro's number. This number we can say it as a Avogadro number. Why we are saying Avogadro number? This number was founded by the scientist Avogadro. So we have to give honor to this scientist. We are representing this number as Avogadro number. Now we are in the topic luminous intensity. I already told you luminous intensity is nothing but of the scattering of light. Here we have a definitions. The measure of the power of the emitted light. Emitted means it's giving out. So sun, moon is a natural luminous objects. But in the case of our home, we are using the lights to see the things at the night. So that is also emitting a light. By a light source in a particular direction per unit, solid angle is called as luminous intensity. So when the light has a direction from one side to another side, it is directing, then only we are showing a things. Per unit solid angle, for solid angle is called a luminous intensity. So for when you have a floor or else in the wall, we have a solid angle. In that angle, what it is doing? It is scattering a light. The SI unit of luminous intensity is candela and it is denoted as CD. Here, photometer is the instrument to find out luminous intensity. See here, we have a picture photometer. With the help of these photometer, we can find out what is the luminous intensity of the emitted light for whichever the object. Either it may be a sun, moon, or else our regular artificial light. So how much of luminous intensity it has, we can easily find out with the help of this photometer. Luminous flux or luminous power is the measure of the perceived power of light. Its unit is lumen. See, luminous flux or luminous power. So how much power we are getting from the light, that one SI unit is lumen. The luminous intensity is scattering of light. The power of light, we can say it as a luminous flux or luminous power. Its unit, SI unit is lumen. 1 lumen is defined as the luminous flux of the light produced by the light source that emits 1 candela or luminous intensity over a solid angle of 1 steradian. Here what they are saying, the power of the light, when it gives out light, how much light it is giving out from its source, that one was calculated by this lumen. So basically we can calculate this one for a solid angle. So solid only we can easily find out so how much power of the light. Next, plane angle. It is the angle between the intersection of two straight lines or intersection of two planes. Here in this picture we can see the two straight lines are intersecting each other. In between that, it is making a one angle. In that angle, we can say it as a plane angle. It is denoted as rad. Radian is the angle subtended at the center of a circle. So actually you can consider one circle is there. In that we have a two planes. So in that two planes are fixed in one another above. So it is making an angle by an arc whose length is equal to the radius of the circle. So what they are saying, these lengths are equal to the radius of the circle. Pi radian equal to 180 degree. Yes, semicircle in center of the circle. So we can say it as a 180 degree angle. So 1 radian equal to 180 degree pi because this radian is equal to the radius of the circle. Solid angle. It is the angle formed by a 3 or more planes intersecting at a common point. See this picture. Here we have a circle The cone is fixed near the radius. In this cone, we have a 4 intersecting points, then it is meeting a radius. It can be defined as angle. So when we fix this cone in near the radius, it can make an angle formed at the vertex of the cone. Vertex means the corner of the cone. When it is fixed to the radius, it is making one angle. The SI unit of the solid angle is steradian and is denoted by the symbol SR. Next, definition of this steradian. Steradian is the solid angle at the center of a sphere subtended by a portion. So when we fix the solid at the center of the circle, we can have these solid angles. So it is making an angle between the circle as well as the object, whose surface area is equal to the square of its radius of the sphere. Yes, its surface area is equal to the square radius of the sphere. See, when we fix the solid to the center of the circle, so the area is equal to the radius of the sphere. This object area is equal to the radius of the sphere. Now we are going to discuss the difference between plane angle and solid angle. Plane angle, angle between the intersection of two lines or a plane. So when the two lines are intersecting, it is making a plane angle. Solid angle, angle between the three or more planes at a common point. See example, last picture we saw one cone is contacting to the circle. So three or more planes at a common place. Here it is a two-dimensional one. Then the solid angle is a three-dimensional. Two-dimension means in a plane. Our normal floor, it is making an angle. But in the case of solid angle, the three-dimension object is contacting to the circle. So it is a three-dimensional angle. Assignment for this class. For all the questions, you have answer in the video itself. So find out the answers and write down. Don't worry about your classwork. If you have your old notebook, so you can neatly cover that notebook and start writing your assignments. So whatever the date you are receiving your video, you can put that particular date and then put assignment 1, 2, 3 like that. This is your assignment 1. So find out the answer from the video and write the answers for the given question. See, first one question is, what is measurement? Name some common system of measurements. Define temperature. Define ampere. What is electric current? What is a unit of mass in FPS system? How many base quantities are included in SI system? Give the name of the instrument used for the measurement of temperature. What is the lower fixed point of the Fahrenheit scale? What is the SI unit of luminous? So write down all the questions in your notebook. Children, for your further understanding, you can watch this video repeatedly. Then you can write down the answers in your notebook. Go through the answers. Be safe at home. Don't go anywhere. Now onwards, start learning your lessons. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.